Before I start this video, I just wanted to say please do not forget to like, subscribe and share. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. What's up? What's popping? Dumelang lekai. So this is another Generations The Legacy review of yesterday's episode. So let's get started. There were some few characters that really stood out for me anyway. One of them obviously has to be Palesa. We got the full scene that I spoke about yesterday, and oh, it was intense. I have my notes with me here and I'll be reading from them so I shouldn't forget. So let's get started with Palesa. So obviously Palesa is now back in the scene and she is in prison. How do I feel about this? I honestly don't know. Obviously she got arrested when she was a prostitute, but everything has changed since then. I now notice that she's become a really different person, and I expect that to happen because she's in jail. You know, prison can change people when you're there for a long time. I wrote down and I said, we got the background on how she became more hardcore in prison and that she didn't have any choice to join the gang while she was there because she was beaten up every single day until she agreed to quit. So it looks like while she was in prison, she was forced to be part of a gang within the prison, and everyone didn't care. The guards could even care less because we're paid off to look the other way. That's what she said, and that's really sad to see that our own government can just look the other way because of being bribed or paid off. I mean, that's what they're showing us as viewers, that this really happens nowadays. You know, every prisoner in a jail is not safe anymore. You know, and I feel like we need to do more about that. Now, moving from Palesa, let's focus on Nundle. So Nundle is still on this mission to change the world, okay? She is so stubborn, she won't change her mind, and she's still going ahead with this whole idea of making a change and a stand to protect the people of South Africa. So she went to prison, like I said before in my previous video, and she interviewed some few prisoners, and one of those prisoners were Palesa, obviously. I wrote down here, I said, she went to interview prisoners who were in jail, and she had company with her. The new character, Tamarin, I believe, who is now lives at the commune with Lisedi, Jara and Mpo. So this new character, Cameron, offered to go with Nuntle to prison to interview the prisoners. And Nuntle was like, oh, cool, fine, let's do it. And they did. They went there and they interviewed the prisoners, and Palesa was one of them. So Palesa brought up the fact that everyone here is treated differently. The guards are not protecting the prisoners, and she had to make hard decisions while she was in jail. She was forced to do things that she thought the system would protect her, but they didn't, because they were paid off, or they just looked the other way because they can. And she asked Nunta not to quote her on it because she'll get in trouble. And she said if she dies, she'll come for Nunta. That was not the same Palesa was there a few episodes before. She's just a different person that I cannot even recognize. I understand that she's going through like a lot. She's going through so much right now, but I feel like she shouldn't forget that Nontle is one of the good guys, and I like the the personality that Nontle has as a character. Trying to make a change at a young age. That's a good thing to do, but she needs to be careful on how she does it. That's my worry. She needs to be more aware that this is a serious situation. She can get herself into trouble if she doesn't do it the right way. Moving from her, I mentioned Mpo. Mpo is now low-key jealous that Nontle didn't ask him to come with her. I wrote here, I said, Mpo, for some weird reason, it feels jealous that Nontle didn't ask him to come with her to prison, but agreed to go with Tamron. I think he feels like that because Nontle's mother asked him to look after her, so he feels responsible for her. Maybe because of that history, I don't know. But from what I got from that scene I saw yesterday, Mpo feels either jealous or protective over Nontle, I don't know. But the fact that Nontle did not ask him to come with her, he felt some type of way. You could see it in his face. I think because he feels really close to her, he feels that he needs to protect her. And I understand that she went through a lot. He was there when she almost got raped, and he protected her from that guy. It's that sense of duty that he has in him. And it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, I feel. And the fact that Nontle's mom also asked him to look after her, that heightened the protective feel that he has on Nontle, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe he's just jealous that he didn't ask her. It's just a male ego, maybe, I don't know, but I like the idea that he has really protective ways when it comes to Nontle, because Nontle has gone through a lot. Let's move from that and let's talk about Cosmo. Cosmo. Finally, he has some screen time. Guys, I feel like Cosmo does not get enough screen time or airtime on Generations. Like, he's one of the characters that we tend to forget that he exists until he comes back. Like, I don't know why they do this. I wrote down here, I said, finally, he gets some screen time. I feel like he's one of the characters that doesn't get enough airtime on Generations. To be honest, the whole Diale family doesn't get enough airtime. It's mainly focused on the Moroccans, Jack, Zita, Kunkane, and they forget about the Diale sometimes. Even though Lucy appears here and there, I want like the whole family, the Diale family, to appear in one scene, like Lisedi, Lucy, Cosmo, Gokflo, like in one scene, not like separately there and here, just in one scene as a family, But finally he got some airtime and it didn't go as well, obviously. That guy is always in trouble. It's either he's being stabbed or punched, like he never gets a break, for goodness sake. Speaking of Cosmo, Kunkane once again went to his apartment and lured him back into this whole schemes of things, He wants to use Cosmo again, and I feel like Kunkane knows how to push Cosmo's emotional buttons so that he can do his dirty work, and I don't find it cool for him to do that, especially when he knows that Cosmo is trying to be legit, He's trying to be a good citizen of South Africa, and Kunkane keeps putting him back to his old ways, and that will never end well. I wrote here, I said, once again, Kunkane asks Cosmo for help to do his dirty work. And I feel like he's using the power he has over Cosmo to his advantage. He also uses emotional blackmail. What I mean by emotional blackmail, I mean like, he knows that Cosmo is struggling, right? He knows Cosmo needs money to protect, to give his family what he needs. He's the man of the house. And him using that emotional blackmail, the fact that he's poor, the fact that he's struggling and he needs money, that's a way of Kunkane bringing him back to his old ways, because he knows that Kunkane has the money, right? Kunkane has the power to give him what he needs. So Cosmo has no choice but go with the whole idea of, selling and being a courier for the illegal drugs that Kunkane asked him to do. Even though he does not want to do it, he feels responsible, and he feels like he owes Kunkane some type of, I don't know what is it. It's like he has some power over Cosmo that Cosmo cannot shake off. They have so much history together that it's not easy to erase, to be honest. And it's gonna cost Cosmo's life. Like we saw at the end, Cosmo got stabbed while he was being the carrier of the illegal drugs that Kunkane asked him to get. It's always going to be Cosmo in the end who gets injured, killed because of Kunkane. Kunkane does not do his own dirty work, obviously. He has so many guys he can hire. And I feel like he needs to let go of Cosmo so he can live his life. Even though he's struggling, he needs money. Konkani needs to stop using that as a way of bringing him back to his old ways, his criminal ways. For goodness sake, the guy just needs to be left alone and make his own money, his legit money that he has in his business. Like the Shabin, the Scuff team, he's trying so hard. He feels so responsible because he has to pay for GoFlow's medical aid. And that's why he went with it. Not because he wanted to. Because he has so much responsibility to his family that he cannot even put himself first. I feel that is so sad. Like, Konkani using that to his advantage, it's not cool, it's not nice of him to do. He knows that Cosmo's weakness is his family, and he uses that to his advantage, which is not fair, to be honest. Anyway, that's it for today. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want. Peace. I'm out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.